I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, you guys? I'm Jane Johnson here for Bravo in Quarantine, and I am so excited to bring our new guest to AfterBuzz. You guys, it is the newbie from Vanderpump Rules, Charli Burnett. Yay, welcome, Charli.
Hi, everyone. Thank you guys so much for having me.
So excited to have you here for so many reasons. It's your first season on Vanderpump Rules. Very exciting. And I feel like there's so many people on Vanderpump this season that we get some really fun clips from you and some fun moments, but I am so excited to just chat with you more and hear more from you.
Yeah.
How does it?
It seems like it's like the Brady Bunch, you know? So it's like, I've never felt more like a little sister than ever of trying to find my way into the family.
Oh my, that's such a hilarious way to think of it because it's so true. I mean, I even saw back when quarantine kind of started, you had put out a TikTok of you. Like, if I get in the intro, it'll be like this. And it was you like with gloves on, holding Lysol. It was so hilarious.
Yeah, I know. I was so sad that I missed the intro this year. Fortunately, I booked, it was like a little indie, really like, a little film I did. And it was either do the film or do the intro. And I actually chose to do the film instead. So I got to miss out on some of like the cool bonding experiences I feel like this season. But hopefully next season I don't have to wear gloves and we're not in quarantine anymore and I get to have the real, intro experience.
I know they should have totally photoshopped that in.
Right? It'd be so fitting at this point.
Yeah. So we've seen like I said, some really fun quips from you, like how you don't eat pasta.
Yeah, the $1 million question, huh?
I know, right? It's so funny, like the random blurbs that we get from you because they're all very entertaining. And I was curious, I think some other fans and viewers were as well. Like, have you truly never eaten pasta?
At this point, I've had to eat pasta. So I've eaten pasta, everyone. I've tried different kinds of pastas now. So I'm actually a little bit more experienced than I was during that shot. But I've eaten it. I've tried it. It's not my thing still, but I realize that pasta is a huge treasure to America and the rest of the viewers of Vanderpump Rules, and I respect it. I respect it, and but it's it's like pasta and pizza. I love pizza though. Like for dessert, like I'm a dessert girl. I love I can eat an entire thing of that's why I think it was nothing about carbs at all because don't get me wrong, especially during this quarantine, I could be living off pizza every day and pizza is just as bad as pasta. It's like the same thing in just different forms. So
right. That's so funny. But you've definitely breathed new life into the Vanderpump Rules pasta storyline.
Yeah, I know. There were so many people messaging me saying that they or fighting in my comments that pasta was code word for something and that I was actually meaning this and it was a good reason because it's a code word and all this crazy stuff. And I who would have known that pasta is this intense?
Yeah, it's hilarious how it is rumored that that pasta is a code word for drugs.
Exactly. I literally had someone message me and say, it's because you're a Hispanic Catholic girl. We know why you don't eat pasta. And I just was no, it's really just, normal pasta. I swear it's not a code word.
That's so funny. I love that you said you would eat pizza. Let's play a fun little game. Would Charli eat it? Would Charli eat?
Actually, really good. A really good game. I actually haven't eaten a lot of things, and we're gonna find out how much more weird I am than just pasta.
Okay. Would Charli eat Hawaiian pizza?
Oh my goodness, this is just setting me up for people Like, I know people who fight for pineapple on pizza. I've actually witnessed it in my own friend groups. No, I only eat cheese pizza. I've only ever eaten cheese pizza.
You heard it here first. She's a pizza girl, but only cheese.
Only cheese.
Would Charli eat steak?
Never.
Never. Not even like at a nice
meat.
steakhouse with a man like taking you out.
No, I've never had red meat either.
Would Charli? Well, this answers my next like 3 questions.
But maybe if it was like, we're going. No, I mean, I would go to a steakhouse. I've obviously gone to steakhouses and nice dinners before, but I like fish.
You like fish?
Yes,
Yum.
I love fish. So, usually at most steak restaurants there's fish. So I love me some good salmon.
I was literally going to ask you about corn dogs and Spam.
Okay.
We know the answer.
Not eating Spam.
It's honestly rude on my part because I would not either, but I have eaten corn dogs in the past, never Spam.
Are corn dogs red meat? This is probably silly of me. No,
who knows what corn dogs even are?
I thought corn dogs were pork, but if they're cow, then I obviously had red meat. But I've had a corn dog before. Oh my god, freaking! What is it? The hot dog?
I mean, they're hot dogs, so I think they constitute as red meat. So
then I have had
our producer's saying it can be beef, pork, or turkey, but I've also heard, rat hair. Anyway, moving on.
So, I don't mystery meat. I guess I've had. So you know what? But I will not eat steak. No.
She's had mystery meat.
Yeah.
You're more of a warrior than Vanderpump lets us believe.
Honestly, I agree. We'll see more. Yeah, because I like black licorice, and I know no one likes that. So.
That's awesome. We need like a food pyramid, Charli's food pyramid.
Right? Or the way I eat things. Like, I think that salad should be eaten with your hands. I have this theory about it. I think more food should be eaten with your hands than that people do. And I refuse when I eat salads to eat with a fork.
With dressing. You eat salads with dressing with your hands?
I usually get dressing on the side because that's the point. It's like getting a piece and dipping it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the salad should be dipped. I swear.
That's what I've been.
I have to do a TikTok of my theory, and it's terrible. I've gotten my nieces to do it, and I've gotten people to come over to the salad eating hand side. So.
Well, you've been killing it on TikTok, so I get it. And I've been doing the same with chili. I turn chili into a dip in quarantine. It's getting weird.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you have to just experiment out here and see I'm tired of doing dishes, There might be a theory behind this.
That's amazing. So I know another key Charliism from the show was about you wanting to get married in Vegas. I don't quite recall. Was it in a drive-through with Elvis?
No, so there is a actual drive-through. It's different from the chapel, but it's an actual drive-through where you can just say you want a number 1, and at the end of it, you're married. You just and they give you your marriage certificate as your meal. So I have probably 2 weddings, but I didn't want to share my wedding idea on national TV, so I had to give them my first idea. But I think it's still a good time. It'd be fun. I think that Vegas weddings are just awesome.
Well, if in true Vanderpump fashion, people are starting to have 3 weddings. So
yeah,
you can do a Vegas wedding at the Garden, and then your own Catholic wedding.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit about your boyfriend. Will we ever see him on the show? How did you guys meet?
So I've never actually talked about him before. I'm super I'm a little bit quiet about my relationships usually, and Vanderpump does not allow me to do that. So my boyfriend and I were actually boyfriend and girlfriend prior to the show, and we separated for about, I would say, 6 to 8 months. So I didn't get back together with him until the end of filming. And I think that, being single and then doing the show, I kind of missed him. And I was seeing everyone else's relationship problems and seeing how tiny we didn't break up for any negative reasons. We met in LA and he took a job in San Diego. And
Mhm.
I work all the time. Like I work during the weekends. I have like 2 jobs usually, and then on top of my acting and modeling. So if you weren't in LA, I couldn't really see you. So we
Yeah.
separated out of like, being an adult and be like, hey, you need your time and it's not really fair. So then at the end of filming, I was like, hey, I've seen some bad things happen to people and some bad relationships. And I really don't think that a little distance is going to hurt us. Like I can do it with you. So we
Yeah.
decided to get back together and it's great. I'm really happy. And, being single and being away from someone also is like a really good time to self reflect and, really get to know who you are. And so it's good now. Now we're in quarantine and now we're here with each other every day.
Yeah, that's so
So,
cute. Do you think we would see him on the show in the future?
Most definitely.
Ooh!
Yeah, he'll be around if I'm around. And Sheena, we love Sheena and Brock. Like they're really awesome, and they both live in San Diego. So I think that there'll be some, maybe like Sheena and I seeing our boyfriends in San Diego, and some really good, fun, creative content around
That's so cute.
that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Sheena and I literally live like down the street from each other, and like I said, both of our boyfriends work in San Diego, so we're like, we might as well just, go together and do things like so that it's also cheaper and more fun instead of going alone and doing the show
Yeah.
together also is just like another plus to it.
And you are known as Mini Sheena. How does that feel to be?
Oh, that's so funny. You know, it's from the outside, I get it. We both are brunette, we're both bubbly, really
Mhm.
fun, eccentric girls. But Sheena and I are very different in a lot of ways. And
Mhm.
I don't think that if I was actually mini her, I don't think that we would have been friends the way we are. I think because we're different in a lot of ways and because we have a different opinions and views on things is why we're able to be friends
What would you say is like the main difference between you and Sheena?
now. I think that or maybe just like a lot of the girls at the show, I like and I enjoy being single. I really do. And I feel like and that's why I think I understood Sheena when the end of it. She's like, I want to be single. And I'm like, girl, I get that. But I think a lot of times that like it's perceived that everyone on the show wants relationships,
Mhm.
So I think that like I genuinely was like I want to be single and have fun. And like I don't like to be tied down for most part. So like I think that's my difference with a lot of people on the
Yeah.
show. From what I've seen, like, a lot of people enjoy relationships, and I'm not saying I don't. I love mine, but like I'm not a really girlfriend gal. Like
Yeah.
my boyfriend's my third boyfriend. Like I'm very like chill. I don't like I'm like not a like yeah. I'm like that makes sense.
She has said in other like interviews and podcasts and things that at the time that Vanderpump Rules was filming, she actually was happy being single, and that now we've seen how the edit has kind of made her seem to be more boy crazy or a little thirstier than she actually is. Do you feel like there's truth to that? And how do you feel about, that whole sort of scandal that's kind of erupted in the last couple of days?
Yeah, because like I said, even me, like I said, when I didn't get to really know her and get to talk to her, I really thought my difference was like they portrayed, that she wanted
Mhm.
relationships more, and I was like, oh, because like Sheena and I then started partying together, and like she came to my club all the time, and we were like, like I said, we were both single and having fun, and
Yeah.
all this coming out, I feel it's unfortunate for both parties,
Mhm.
and obviously doing a show for that long, people, and people who production and off like in front of the camera and off the camera are going to have relationships built with people. So I feel like it was inevitable to kind of happen. But
Yeah.
I it's like, unfortunate that it came out the way it did, but whatever happens in the dark comes to light. And I think that we all felt this similar situations have happened, and it's maybe now Vanderpump will, be edited for the better.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it adapts because I feel like fans have been able to see through some of the more scripted or edited moments, and so it'll be interesting to see how that could potentially change for next season.
Yeah.
Final question: with newbies and OGs, do you foresee this giant cast being a thing next season, or do you think that fans are perhaps correct in speculating that there might be two different shows?
Honestly, I have no idea, but I would say that Vanderpump Rules is about a show about people who work at the restaurant. So
Hmm.
us newbies being there, just there physically because we think the show's about that reason. So hopefully that reason helps us next year and we're able to share more of who we are and it won't
Hmm.
feel as separated anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll feel more like a family and more, connected because we just, none of us, I've never really talked to any of those G's. My first conversation was at the reunion with them, an actual
Yeah.
conversation. So maybe next year, us knowing each other and us breaking those walls, maybe it won't even feel like an OG and newbie cast. Maybe we can just finally be together.
That's beautiful. I hope that's the case.
Yeah, me too. I just, I kind of call like Vanderpump Rules a family.
Hmm.
We have like everyone has their like kind of older roles and newbies are like the new babies, and it's just like when a family fights and they don't connect, everyone feels it. So.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for chatting. It's great to get to know you even more and to know that you do, in fact, love pizza.
Yeah, I love everyone. I love fucking carbs. Don't ever get it wrong. I'm just like you.
Justice for Charlie.
You're right.
Well, thank you so much for chatting, Charlie. Again, I'm Jane Johnson, and this has been Bravo in Quarantine with AfterBuzz TV. Definitely make sure that you subscribe and check out all of our other interviews. Great to chat with you guys again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.